because yeah, we don't talk about the Canada market a lot, but it seems like Tesla has made some pricing adjustments and introduced a new model in the Canada market. So we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested in Tesla buying content. So shout out to Sawyer Marriott. Breaking Tesla has introduced the Model Y rear-wheel drive in Canada for $59,990 CAD. And all Model Y rear-wheel drive and Model Y long-range all-wheel drives now qualify for a $5,000 federal IZEV incentive. The $5,000 comes directly off of the purchase price after tax. So seems like Canada is in a better market than the US, right? Because in the US, when you buy a Tesla, you get the $7,500 federal tax credit, but you get that when you file for your taxes next year. Of course, next year when the Inflation Reduction Act is supposed to kick in for it, you should be able to get the $7,500 at point of sale discount for the vehicle, but there's still not a lot of details, of course, because that's what 10 or 8 months away from now. So most likely Tesla will ingest that and provide some sort of discount at the time of sale. But Canada, $5,000 incentive. But then I found this from Electric. It says like Tesla launches a new Model Y wheel drive in Canada and get access up to $12,000 in incentives, which I mean, that's pretty nice. I mean, to have basically a fourth or a fifth of the price of the vehicle discounted off the bat like that, I mean, that is not bad at all. So of course, this is the version of the Model Y long range all-wheel drive, which is $10,000 lower than the model or the rear-wheel drive version. So definitely, that's not a vehicle that is brought into the US, but very nice that Canada has it and they can get a pretty nice incentive. So converted to US, that's about $44,400, which is a lot cheaper than the US version, right? The US standard range all-wheel drive is $46,990, but at the same time, I guess this is a rear-wheel drive. So I mean, now that's a good question. Like, would you pay 44 in some change for a rear-wheel drive version, or would you just step up and pay the extra $2,500 for an all-wheel drive version? But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Like we know Tesla likes to test certain models and certain pricing in different areas and see how they actually work out. But I could easily see, and we talked about how Tesla actually used to have a Model Y standard range version rear wheel drive in 2021 for $42,000. So I mean, that's a good question. Like, if they did it back in the past, then could they bring that back and really take away a lot of market share? Because if you can bring out a Tesla Model Y for $40,000 and like a Model 3 for $30,000, I can imagine a lot of people would be interested in buying a vehicle like that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Not too many details on it. I'm not, of course, not a Canada expert, but definitely check these out. And hopefully you qualify for that massive $12,000 incentive for Canada and much, much more. But we're going to jump into our next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel.